Making your way through work Monday takes everything you got. Then Monday night rolls around and you realize there's a shot. You're only 10 points away. All those times when your team had no fight, they're just so gosh darn frail. Then your star quarterback let another deep ball sail, and your third round pick bet on his team. Then go check out our streets where everybody knows your pain, and they listen to complaints. You wanna be where you can see our bodies bring you no shame. You wanna go where everybody knows your pain.
Episode of Dad Bod Fantasy Squad. It is Thursday. You're not Robbie.
No, I'm not.
Are you just Robbie in a Clay Thompson costume?
Yeah, happy Halloween. Yo, it's me, Rob. The Cavs are doing it.
Hey, I love the Browns so much. They're so good, dude. Get that defense. Get Deshaun. Get Elijah. Get Donovan Peoples-Jones. Get Amari Cooper. David Njoku. Have them all on your roster. Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt. Pierre Strong. All of them.
Don't forget Spider from the Cavs.
Spider?
Spider, Donovan Mitchell. What do you mean, Spider?
Oh, Spider. Okay.
Spider.
I don't keep up with the Cavs like you, I guess. But you can't have him on a fantasy football team. I don't know if you realize that, but you can't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Well, we do have. So Alex is joining us. Robbie's a little under the weather, so we're going to do our studs and duds today. We're going to do some DFS. I don't think Alex plays DFS, so I'll just make sure to put up my lineup. And we already have a question coming in. Let me put it in. And then we'll do some gridiron. You ready for it? So which trade do you like more in a 20-man PPR? Put that thinking cap on, Alex.
Who do I want? Who do you?
Jacoby and Demario Douglas.
Getting. Let's see.
Jacoby and Demario Douglas for DK.
Oh.
Your dog. What is he doing? Is he mad?
No, he wants attention. He's being a dick.
All right, so Jacoby and Demario Douglas for DK, Aaron Jones and Rondale Moore for Josh Jacobs. My roster is Lamar, JT, A. Jones, Tyreek, Christian Kirk, Kittle, and Jacoby.
Jacoby Demario for DK.
I think I like the Jacoby and Demario Douglas for DK more.
I agree. Hold on one sec. Come on.
Because I think that's what he's saying. Would you do both if possible? Aaron Jones, Rondale Moore for Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I think better days are ahead for Aaron Jones. But it's hard for me to imagine that they're not going to start leaning on the running back position in Las Vegas with a rookie quarterback or an inexperienced quarterback. I would do both if possible, personally. So the second follow-up question was, would you do both if possible, Alex? So I like Jacoby and Demario Douglas more. I would probably still do A. Jones and Rondale for Josh Jacobs, although I do see better days ahead for Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I would still probably take John. Yeah, I would take Jacobs and DK.
Yeah, so DK, both of us saying we like that one a little bit more. One more.
Probably the Josh Jacobs one a little more.
Okay, I like the DK one a little bit more because
Jones for the rest of the year.
I kind of am, but it also depends on what happens with this hamstring. So there's risk involved there. What up, Albert? We're going to need your help here. So Alex is going to probably be trash can at this game, but it'll be fun.
Oh, God.
We'll keep it small, actually. We'll keep it small. All right. So have you ever played this, Alex?
I don't think so.
Okay. So what you're doing here, no Googling, is you are picking a person. So we'll go row by row. We got Arizona Cardinals, the Browns, 1+ pass and receiving touchdowns in one game since 1999. So I'm assuming that's pass and receiving touchdowns. So like Johnny Manziel, maybe Terrell Pryor, something like that. Well, it's Miami. Crap. So those are our rows. Huh?
Go ahead.
And then on the other side, we have Miami Dolphins, the Commanders, and has won Rookie of the Year award. So let's go to Rookie of the Year award. Which I cannot think of any Browns player that has won Rookie of the Year. So that one's going to be really
Myles Garrett.
Thank you, dude. I bet you that's going to be one of the most. Did he win Rookie of the Year?
That's my guess.
He has not. He did not.
Rookie of the Year for the Browns.
Couch? Did Couch win it?
That's a possibility.
He did not.
Nick Chubb.
No, he wasn't that good his Rookie of the Year, but I'll put it in there. No.
Braylon Edwards.
He had a moment, but I doubt it as well. Who would have won Rookie? Joe Thomas?
That could be it. But linemen don't get Rookie of the Year. Joe Hayden.
Might have won the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Might have did it. That might be it. It is not.
Jesus
smokes. This is the worst part is because I'm a Browns fan, but I don't remember any Rookie of the Year.
And this is since 99. Rookie year since 99. Trent Richardson.
Do you think did Josh Gordon didn't win Rookie of the Year, right?
No.
Trent
he blew off his second year. Go Trent Richardson.
Trent had a ton of tutties that year. Holy smokes. You got any Cardinals that have won Rookie of the Year? Did Kyler?
Since 99, Larry Fitzgerald.
That's a great one. Kyler also did.
Okay. That was so did Larry win one or I don't know.
I didn't check now.
Baker, yeah, freaking Baker.
He didn't win it, did he?
I think he did. He threw like 26 touchdowns.
He had more than that, I think.
And he didn't get it. Okay. So
thanks, Albert.
So who?
This is the toughest thing I've ever had on this game.
So we've got to do one passing and reception touchdown in one game and Rookie of the Year in one square. Who chose this?
We won't ever get to there. But for that is crazy.
Do we have an hour for one square?
I can't think of these offhand that well, anyways. If that's what they're asking, I'm assuming they're asking for one of each, right?
I don't know. One passing and one reception in one game.
It's not just going to be like Tyreek
Hines Ward. Hines Ward.
Well, where would Hines?
Oh, yeah. So it's got to be.
Unless he was Rookie of the Year.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that whole row is. This is actually the toughest. This is the toughest one we've ever had.
Nice.
All right, let's go easier because we'll try to accomplish some of those first. Do you know any Cards and Commanders players? Any player that has played on both teams?
Cards and Commanders?
Yeah. Cards is like your second team. You should know this.
I'm trying to think who
defensive, offensive. Do you know any players that have played on Cards and Dolphins? Are you freezing because you're doing this on air?
No, I'm honestly trying to think who's been on the Dolphins and the Cards possibly. God, dude, I don't know. And this is any time in history.
Anytime in history.
Jason Taylor.
Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good guess. Jason Taylor being on what? Not Ronnie Brown, unless I did the wrong one.
Jason Taylor would be top left.
I know he's saying Ronnie Brown. I might have did the wrong Ronnie Brown. Okay. Jason Taylor played on the Cards?
I don't know. It's just a guess. I don't know, dude. Who had played for? Trying to think.
You know what though? I will say Washington and Miami are tough teams.
I don't know. I'm trying to think Washington and the Browns, and I can't think of.
RG3.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's usually like
Let's
these
go
journeymen.
Browns. Let's go Browns. Dolphins.
Okay.
Brian Hartline. Wait,
nice.
Did he play for it? Yeah, he got cut, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Look at that one. That is a gold one right there. Chosen Anderson is such a good one too. Boom, baby. Now we're rolling.
Yeah, that's right. And then Washington.
Thank you, Albert.
Washington and the Cards. I'm trying to think who has Clinton Portis? Did he go to the Cards after Washington? I don't think so.
But I think you're on to something with a running back here. It's hard because you think of Washington, and it kind of blocks out your memory of them being the Redskins. You have to think of it that way too.
Who was the terrible running back that one good season? That Morris,
Alfred Morris. Yeah, I don't think he went to.
I don't know. He bounced to like 10 teams.
He did bounce to quite a bit after a while. Oh!
I'm like, dude, he played a million teams.
This is impossible. One passing plus one receiving TD.
So that one, no, never mind. Terry
I tried Tyreek
for Washington.
You think Terry has done both?
No. All right, rookie of the year for the Browns. Let's focus on that. That should be easy. Bernie Kosar. Oh, this is 99. That's right. Who else did they have in the early 2000s? Peyton Hillis?
I don't believe so.
I don't either, but I'm just.
I think he was on the Broncos before he came to the Browns.
Yeah, you're right. Kellen, no. Yeah, no. I was gonna say Kellen Winslow Jr., but
that's a slight possibility. He really balled out that first year. I don't know, Alex. I don't know a player to win rookie of the year.
Let me think a little bit.
Do you think Tua? Is Tua
for receiving and passing?
He has not received any.
No, there's no way, Jose.
Do you think Waddle?
Do Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Ryan Fitzpatrick? No. Got a question here. Should I go London Pickens or Deontay at flex full PPR? Is Kenny Pickett going tonight?
I don't know.
London.
I'd go London.
But isn't London hurt? I mean, that kills your chances of being. Wasn't he? Didn't he get his back jacked up? He's questionable with a groin injury. Logs consecutive, did not participate in practice.
Dante then.
I'd probably go Pickens.
Yeah.
But
it's the Steelers. I would not want to start either of them tonight.
I honestly would like to start both of them.
Who from
against Tennessee?
Washington would have put Kirk Cousins for Washington. Why not?
What if it's just RG3 again?
It could be, for sure. Try it next.
Am I spelling?
What bad toe? Or do you type it in again? It was pulling up. Yeah, right there. That's free safety. Well, I guess not.
Am I spelling something? Griffin. Robert Gryffindor. Maybe you can't use him twice.
Okay. Right,
would you drop Tyjae Spears, JSN, Charbonnet, or Rashee Rice?
Drop?
A drop.
Probably Tyjae Spears.
Yeah, that's tough. Who would it be for, Antonio? I mean, I think that helps us both because I think Tyjae is somebody that should be rostered.
I would have all these guys rostered.
I agree. So it would have to be who it's for.
Dropping for, right? Browns rookie of the year. This is bugging me, dude. I'm trying to think since '99 who else could have been. Who else has been there?
Did Denzel Ward win it?
He could have.
Oh, I thought that was it, dude. I thought
is it
that was
rookie of the year, or defensive rookie of the year? Or that would, I mean, that, so it has to be rookie of the year.
It could be either.
Are you sure?
Yeah, rookie
It
of the
says,
year.
it just says rookie of the year. It doesn't say defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. It just says rookie of the year.
Yeah, that's it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's not just a main rookie of the year. It's just defensive or offensive.
I don't know. Browns suck. How is this even an option?
I don't know how this is an option. I've been trying to figure that out too. I thought Denzel Ward would have hit it.
Joe Hayden, Ward. Any linebackers? Was Vander-esque or whatever his name was?
No.
Defensive lineman besides Garrett who played there. No, there's none. And receivers, the only ones I can think of is Josh Gordon, Braylon Edwards. Try Josh. I mean, it's not Josh Gordon. No, we tried.
Myles Garrett didn't. We were surprised by it too. I don't think Josh Gordon played that much.
No.
His rookie year.
Think quarterbacks.
Wide receivers. Thielen, Deontay Johnson, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp. Start 4.
I would start
Diggs and Hill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even put that in like a discussion. Like, you're starting those two.
It's got to be starting Diggs and Hill. Cooper Kupp is quite. If Stafford doesn't play, I don't mind benching Kupp for one of these guys.
I would start Thielen, Evans, Diggs, and Hill.
Yep. If Stafford starts, I think you can make an argument to start Kupp over Evans. Probably.
I agree. All right. 1 pass and 1 receiving touchdown from Washington. We tried Kirk, tried Robert.
I mean, why not just double down on the Alfred Morris bomb?
I don't think we can, remember?
Did we end up using him? Oh,
yeah.
we did end up using him. He's right there.
Ugh.
Clinton Portis?
Sure. That'd be very... Antoine Randall L.
Woo!
Okay.
That was we should have came up with that a while ago. He was a QB.
In college, at Georgia. Doubtful.
It also doesn't have to happen on like Washington. Like, he could have done that as a Steeler, but he played for Washington.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
So if that opens things up for you.
Yeah, but I think he did it. Well, it would have to be for Washington. It'd have to be while he was at Washington, wouldn't it?
No, it doesn't. He just has to play on Washington.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Dolphins.
Then it wouldn't.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense? It
Tyreek
just means
Hill.
they had to play on there. I already tried Tyreek. Terrell Pryor didn't play for the Dolphins, did he?
Nope. Ronnie Brown, did we do him?
We tried Ronnie Brown.
That's right.
Ricky Williams through
Cadillac Williams.
Not going to be under Cadillac. What was it, Ronnie Williams or something?
No, I don't know.
I could never remember his name. No, we're not going to be able to come up with it. I think we finish this here and just call it.
Yeah,
call it as it is.
Yeah.
You can't find out. You'd have to Google.
All right, I'm Googling.
Okay.
Because at this point, it's like...
Search Browns Rookie of the Year. Come on, buddy. You got it.
Hold your horses. I'm going back to 99. Woof. Because there is an actual just Rookie of the Year. Oh, it's offensive rookie. Okay. So Browns definitely didn't have an offensive Rookie of the Year.
Who was the defensive?
Keep showing me don't give a shit about AP. Oh.
What side do you want, James Conner or Gibbs?
Gibbs.
I think I want Gibbs too.
Offensive rookie.
It's not going to be as fun as last week.
Defensive player of the year for the Cleveland Browns.
Jeez, dude, you are struggling.
They don't have either.
What are we supposed to do with this?
Browns don't have a defensive or offensive rookie of the year.
No.
Am I wrong?
So again, though, this could be a player that has played on the Browns and won the rookie of the year from somewhere else.
The F?
Robert Griffin would have been a great one, actually. Oh, there we go. Watch.
Oh, yeah. See, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of.
It messed with my head as well.
All right, so rookie of the year that's done one pass and one.
I think he goes Saints.
I don't even care
Saints
at this point.
Defense. Why?
This game is stupid.
You're just, every time you lose a game, you just get upset, dude. It's all right.
It's just too frustrating. It's like, well, he could have played at, like, come on.
What? It's not saying rookie of the year. Here, it's saying one rookie of the year played on Miami. Although my head was working the same as yours. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was so simple.
It was a little tricky.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show. What we're going to be doing is talking about some studs and duds. That was an unfair, immaculate grid for your first go at it. Let's talk QB. So I got some QB studs here, and I want to get your thoughts on them. I'm in on Bryce Young this week.
I don't know why, but sure.
He goes against the Colts defense. Colts have given up 17 plus fantasy points to QBs this season, 5 out of 7 times.
Okay.
Only time they didn't was against Ryan Tannehill and PJ Walker.
Yeah, so none of those stats mean anything is what you're telling me.
Do you think Bryce Young is in that category?
I'm saying
starting to look
Bryce
better.
Young has one game over 14 points.
He's looking better.
Sure, cool. I would say
12, 14.
There's a ton of other QBs. I mean, that's if you're in desperation, I guess.
Well, I'm not here to tell you to start. The purpose of this show is not to tell people to start
startable people. I get that.
Patrick Mahomes.
I get that.
So like you're digging deep.
But what I'm saying is Bryce Young is so deep, he's like bottom 5 QB in the league deep.
I disagree. Not this week.
Is he not?
This week he is bottom 5. You got Aiden O'Connell starting.
I'm saying for the year he's very, very low.
27.
Yeah, it's pretty stinky.
Yeah, he's a rookie. But the thing is, we have about how many backup QBs starting this week? 8. Aiden O'Connell, Clayton Tune, PJ Walker. I mean, Gardner Minshew's technically, but
but we're like saying like if these guys are available, like if you need to get somebody off the waiver wire, I guess there's not like going to be a ton of options to begin with. Like, would you rather have Bryce Young or Sam Howell this week?
I don't think Sam Howell is going to be available, but I would rather have Sam Howell.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I guess if we're facing this, if like waiver, like what quarterback can you get off of waiver? Then it's like, yeah, I mean it's like the options are him and Zach Wilson and.
Yeah, that's. I mean that's.
Would you rather have Bryce Young or Derek Carr this week?
I am so jaded against Derek Carr, so
Bryce Young. It, but you would take Bryce Young
over Derek Carr. Here's another. I hate this sort of way of thinking. Because I know that's your stud, and you can talk about him here in a second.
He's not my stud.
But everybody is so in on Derek Carr for not only this week, but for the rest of the season, and I just don't see it. It also gives me when everybody is in on something, it seems like it always misses. Do you have him on your stud list this week?
I mean, I do for this week. I do agree that I don't know for the rest of the year if he's actually going to do what people are expecting of him. But he is, like, we're talking about Bryce Young going against the Colts. I mean, Derek Carr's going against the Bears. I think Derek Carr has a higher floor. I think he's safer.
I think you're right. I think he's got a better set of weapons around him. I think Bryce Young with this new play caller though could be something. I think Frank.
I hope he is. I like Bryce Young. I hope it's a good week for him. It's just risky.
Frank Wright is a poor coach. You know who else I had on this list? You're gonna love this one.
I'm not gonna love it.
Mac Jones versus the Commanders. Commanders defense has allowed 30-plus points in 5 games this season. That's absurd.
And they just got rid of their D-line.
And they just got rid of 2 huge pieces on their defensive line that would cause Mac the most problems in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the weakness of New England. Outside of wide receiver is their offensive line. Their offensive line may be collectively worse than the wide receivers.
Yeah.
I think he could actually feast this week because Washington's going to be a hell of a game. Like, they're going to put up points too. Is Mac Jones a great DFS play?
No,
because he's gonna be cheap.
Here's the thing.
Gonna be real cheap.
New England's defense is actually okay.
Half of it, right?
They're a pretty solid D. To where I think this is a low scoring game. I think it's on the. I do. I don't.
Nobody's really stopped Commanders in that way, which is, I guess, Sam Howell the GOAT.
Yeah, I don't. I just think this is an off game for Howell. I really think it is.
I think that.
Dude, Bill Belichick somehow finds a way to scheme against like certain offenses.
Dolphins put up 31 against them. Saints put up 34. Cowboys 38. Of course, the Jets only put up 10. Dolphins 24 the first time around. Eagles 25. I mean, Bills 25. It's in the teens. Raiders 21.
What I'm saying is, I think this is a games in the teens. I think they're gonna.
I don't see it that way. I think this is gonna be stupid. I don't know if the Commanders have a game within the teens except for the Giants.
Atlanta? No.
24-16 Atlanta.
Philly week 4.
No,
Arizona
Philly week 4. 34-31.
I mean, I like Sam Howell. I do like Sam Howell. I don't love Mac Jones. I think Sam Howell could throw 3 touchdowns, possibly. They could.
I'm contemplating now just putting him in my DFS lineup because I don't think anybody will.
But Mac Jones that's scary. That's really scary.
I try to go. I usually go deeper than Rob. When we do these, I usually go like, here's a guy that you could probably pick up and plug. In my opinion, could plug into your lineup.
What about? Would you rather start Mac Jones or Gardner Minshew?
Give me Mac this week.
Okay.
And I'm a Gardner guy. Carolina's defense ain't as bad as people think.
I don't think it's. I mean, it's okay. It's pretty solid.
They held CJ Stroud pretty well last week.
Yeah, but the Houston's not great.
QB duds. You have any more studs?
Studs for me. I don't. Who did I have? No, my
Carr.
biggest thing was Derek Carr because he's available in a lot of leagues, and I think he does have a very good game.
I'm worried about Derek Carr.
I also have Baker versus Houston.
That's risky too.
Not really.
Where has Houston been like horrific?
They haven't been amazing. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
In the last 2 weeks, Baker's played 2 good defenses, and he's averaged 18 points the last 2 weeks.
They do have to throw a ton. They have no run game.
Yeah. And the defenses he played before this week are better the last 2 weeks.
So gross, because I think normally you look at these 2 games, Washington versus New England and Tampa Bay versus Houston, as gross. But that Houston game is what I am. That's where my DFS lineup builds from. I'll show you that later. But some QB duds I have. I am not starting. Again, think about this as a platform for everything. Real quick, we got a question. Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, Josh Jacobs.
Easy. Walker and
Josh,
Jacobs.
Easy peasy. We got. I'm not starting Will Levis. So think of this as if people are like talking super flex as well. Like we're not only catering to just regular, but I'm not starting Will Levis against Pittsburgh tonight. I think he is going to get destroyed.
I don't think it's a good game for him. I am starting him in 2 leagues this week just because of buys, and I didn't feel like dropping somebody else to pick up another QB.
Is this super flex or regular?
Super flex.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a short week, and it's against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. Like that's not ideal.
I can't wait to.
Steelers have a great record against rookie QBs. They have a phenomenal record against rookie QBs.
It's like the Patriots going against rookie QB.
Yeah.
You don't want them against Mike Tomlin or Belichick for your rookie QB.
No.
Geno Smith at Baltimore scares me because he'll be at Baltimore. That defense has actually been one of the, I would say, top 7 defense all year.
Baltimore's dark horse team. Nobody's mentioning them being in the Super Bowl, and it's like, have you not watched them play? They could be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Lamar. I think it's because like they do what they need to do to win the game rather than doing the Miami where if they're winning they're
not Miami. Yeah, they're not Miami.
Well, I just think they play different. Like Lamar doesn't necessarily take the risks when he's up 2 touchdowns or 10 points. He doesn't take risks. They just run Gus Edwards.
Yep.
And it's smart. Keep your guys healthy.
You have a good defense. You're up. Just run the ball.
It's what the Browns could really learn to do.
Well, the problem is they don't really get up early. So
couple games, we just don't know what to do. Yeah. Tua scares me a little bit this week.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not benching him. If I have him, I'm just trying to set expectations. It's going to be a little bit of a rough game.
Yeah, he could finish outside of the top 10, maybe top 15 this week.
Kansas City's defense is
been good. It's been good.
Let's move to some RBs. You're going to hate this one. You ready for it? Yeah. Again, Robbie's usually the more neutral one. I go a little bit deeper here. Darrell Henderson against Green Bay.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
So if we're looking at it in a fantasy perspective, we got to think that they're going to want to pound the rock. If they're this all is dependent on Matthew Stafford being in or out. And even in to some extent, if he's struggling, like they're going to lean on the run game here. So like you can even do a little slash Royce Freeman. I think Darrell Henderson catches a lot of passes out of the backfield too from this Brett Ripien.
I don't hate it. I mean, it's one of those things, super deep play. It's, with Stafford being injured, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I think it's kind of safe. Honestly, I think there's the floor is decent enough for how deep it is that you're not going to be that pissed if you start him. I don't think he doesn't put up a goose egg.
Yeah, and we got 4 teams on bye.
Yeah.
Broncos, Lions. So you're missing 2 running backs from the Lions. You're missing a running back from Denver Broncos. You're missing ETN. You're missing CMC. You got some injuries. Henderson is a nice fill in here.
Yeah.
Ready for another gross one?
I do hate
but I hate
this one.
I hate this one. Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, gross.
It's real gross.
Yeah.
He commanded the rock last week. What are we supposed to do?
I don't know, dude. It's like you got beer goggles just glued to your face and you can't take them off.
I don't know what that means.
You go out to the bar, you meet a lady.
I'm not a Hubbard stand.
And then you just it's like just staying drunk, you shallow howling up. That you don't want this. It's not what you really want. You're trying to trick yourself that you like this. You don't.
Who would you like to give some comparables then that you would rather start over?
I would rather start Joshua Kelly than Chuba Hubbard.
What? For what?
Hubbard's terrible.
Kelly, he got 17 touches last week.
Yeah, for what? 13 yards?
Excuse me, 52.
Yeah, Hubbard stinks. He's stinky. And the thing is, people are going to play him because he's probably the lead back.
You got to get the touches.
Dude, I just don't know I don't think Carolina knows what they're going to do.
I agree with that. I
don't know if they're like, are they going to give
terrible defense to go against
just 1 or 2 touches this week? Like, who knows, man? PPR pick 2, Higgins, Mostert, and D-Hop.
Mostert scares me this week.
Hmm.
He's on my duds list.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Higgins has been on my dud list all year.
Higgins was fine last week. Joe has been struggling. He's back.
Yeah, I would do Mostert and D-Hop.
Well, if you think Will Levis is going to suck, why would you start D-Hop?
Because Will Levis can still throw 3 picks, and then D-Hop still have a touchdown and 100 yards.
He got his first touchdown last week, and it was 3 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you're acting like it's been happening all year.
Who? You're talking about D-Hop?
D-Hop, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't have a bum throwing the ball.
T. Higgins back to Buffalo. You know, where things got messy.
Yeah. You're talking about T. Higgins. It wasn't that. He had 5 catches, 69 yards. That was
a fine game.
It's okay. Game. It's okay. It's not a fine.
You think D-Hop's going to really do better than 11 points tonight?
Yes. Yep.
You think Mostert's going to do better than 11 points? Because last week he didn't.
Yep, I do.
Right? Did he suck last week? 10 points. I don't know if 10.6.
Yeah,
he had a touchdown.
He didn't suck. He was fine. Higgins has had 1 game over 10 points this year.
Joe Burrow has finally started slinging the rock.
I don't care.
Again. But they're hand in hand. They are hand in hand.
Why is Jamar Chase looking okay?
Because Higgins was out.
Why was he looking okay when he was in?
This is the first time that Burrow and Higgins were back in together almost healthy.
It's weird because Jamar Chase looks like he's been doing fine.
What do you think Higgins is going to do this week then? Because maybe we need to put a pizza bat.
I think he gets 8 targets, 4 catches, 50 yards.
So if I just take the over, I get a pizza?
No, I'm not doing it.
He gets more than 13 points.
I'm not a food pantry. I'm not gonna just.
Yeah, you already owe me a couple pizzas and Sammy's.
I don't know if I owe you. I think because we broke on some stuff. I think I owe you a pizza and a sandwich.
I go Higgins and D-Hop here.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Nope. Do you have any RB studs you wanted to mention?
I don't even know. Let me see. Ramondre. Washington just traded their defensive line. It's a pretty solid plan. Just give the rock to Ramondre against people who haven't been starting.
Good point.
Zach Moss. I think the Panthers, they're a pretty solid defense. They're not amazing against the run, and Indy has been. They still find a way to get Zach Moss involved. I think they know in this game they don't need Gardner Minshew to do a ton, so they can run it out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more in on JT this week, but
yeah, I think GT is really good too. I just think Zach Moss is somebody people are starting to be like, he's going to lose his role. Like,
yeah. Some duds. I have Raheem Mostert / Jeff Wilson. Really worried about this type of game. I think it's going to be less about the RBs for Miami. I expect KC to kind of lead this game, force Tua to throw. I don't know if these RBs. I don't know if these RBs.
I don't love Wilson and Raheem for the rest of the season. I think Raheem does enough this week, but I don't love that backfield the rest of the season.
He's the age is starting to catch up to him. Touches start like this is kind of the thing with Raheem, right? Like we get these flashes, but like he's slowing down.
He's still good though.
He will always be good. He's 31 and constantly questionable, so he's constantly dealing with like knee injuries. This week it's an ankle.
Yeah, I don't hate him for this week, though.
Alexander Madison versus Atlanta's rush defense. No, thank you. Najee Harris versus this Tennessee Titans rush defense. So maybe not as deep as on the duds here, but if you have options for Madison and Najee, I would switch them out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are guys that most people probably are starting because of where they drafted them, where their teams are, and
right.
This is like, I would not start either of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm saying, like, I would put Darrell Henderson in over both of these. Grossly, I might take the risk on Chuba. You say what you want. I just think the defense that he's going against is way easier. Would you take
Madison or Chuba?
Oh, shit.
I would probably take Madison.
I would take Chuba.
Slightly. I would take
if Madison was with Madison. Kirk again, I would take Madison. But against this Atlanta defense, we don't know what Jaron Hall does.
I think they run a lot, though. That's the thing.
I think they run Jaron Hall a lot.
Maybe.
And if they do run a lot, Cam Akers is going to get split in the work.
I agree.
Atlanta's rush defense is pretty solid.
It is pretty solid. I wouldn't start Madison ideally. And Najee's terrible. He's actually Trent Richardson. It's just the Steelers are just acting like he's not.
Man.
He's bad. He's never, let's be honest, he's never been good. He's just always been a volume touch guy.
Probably.
I don't think he's ever averaged more than 4 yards a carry.
In a game, yeah, he has. But not
I'm saying in a season.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. He's not good. You can only blame the line to so much. I'm like, it's like Barkley might be averaging less than 4 yards per carry this year, but it's like the Giants literally don't have anyone.
They ran him the 28 times without throwing the ball.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally don't have anyone. Or Travis Etienne is not super efficient, but like we've seen him be efficient.
We're going to slide over to the wide receiver studs. I have a phrase for you that you are going to either be like, okay, or be livid about. I haven't decided yet. It's not written down in the notes. So I'm just going to kick off with one of my wide receiver studs this week.
I'm going to throw up on my lap.
It's possible. Rashee Rice, a.k.a. Devontae 2.0.
I'm going to throw a ninja star at your face.
Versus Miami. I love this. Well, so
Devontae 2.0. I wish I could swallow a grenade right now.
Dude, I looked at Rashee. I was like, let me think about this for a little bit. After
stop thinking.
I had to Google it to see if anybody. I put Rashee Rice, Devontae Adams to see if like anybody on Twitter has ever said it. There's a couple people out there that have. Their size, hands, everything.
F up.
Identical. They're 40, almost identical.
This sounds like you're at like a freaking like happy ending massage. Their hands are the same size.
Dude, I was just on the NFL draft, the profile.
I couldn't tell the difference between the girls. They had same hands.
This is your favorite thing to compare is size, measurables, 40.
But we're talking about Devontae Adams.
Hey.
Like Devontae Adams
Devontae wasn't Devontae until like year 3.
Devontae had two Pro Bowl receivers ahead of him.
Yeah. Well, Rashee
Who does Rashee Rice have in front of him?
One Pro Bowl receiver ahead of him.
Well, one who was named
They treat him as a Pro Bowl
receiver. Above us, Sky Moore, and hasn't done shit.
Rashee's already starting to take over. He
for sure has. He's definitely taken over him. And then you have a guy you've been shitting on for 3 years, Valdez Scantling. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think he's good. I think he's pretty solid. I mean,
it's been 8 weeks. He's not going to turn into.
I would definitely start him in the flex this week.
Rashee isn't going to be God Devontae 2.0 in the first 8 weeks of his career.
Don't you dare call him Devontae Adams.
It's possible, dude.
Yeah, and it's possible Mac Jones turns into Kurt Warner.
Well, I don't even think that's that outlandish, right?
Yeah.
I mean Kurt Warner grocery bagger.
That's what we have at quarterback. So it's like, hey, I saw a grocery bagger win a Super Bowl, and they made a movie about him.
Yeah, that's Mac Jones. All right, so Rashee versus Miami. I do love this play for flex.
Yeah,
I like George Pickens versus Tennessee. You don't love that one.
I don't hate it. If Pickens is healthy and
Pickett
I
is
don't
healthy,
hate it. I don't love it, but
I think most people that have Pickens probably started him more than likely anyways.
yeah, that's the thing. I don't think you're really over. You're because he does have a pretty high ceiling. He gets jump balls. You give him an opportunity. He's. I like him as a player. I think he's really good.
Dude, that leap he did last week was awesome.
He's so good.
Like a
just
gazelle.
Matt Canada is terrible.
Yeah, did you see that little thing?
Yeah.
He's coming down on the field next week.
Yeah, he's such a jackass. It's like they hired a hockey player to be the offensive coordinator. It just none of it makes sense. Not a single play call makes sense.
Last one I have here is Jahan Dotson versus New England.
So I don't hate it.
Jacoby Myers set 3 weeks ago 17.10 points. Last week, Jalen Waddle 26 points.
If Samuel's out, I for sure am playing Dotson.
Good point. What is Ron Rivera doing?
They just traded their defensive line.
They were taking the shots at Ron, Riverboat Ron. They said, this is a defensive-minded coach. We're going to hit him where it hurts.
They're basically letting them know, unless you work a miracle for the rest of the season, we plan on firing you. That's what they just did. Hey, you know how you have two good defensive ends, and one is actually playing well for the first time in a while. We're going to trade him for peanuts and pretzels dipped in white chocolate.
We got a question at Flex, Amari Cooper or Deontay.
Deontay.
I think I go Deontay too. It's hard to trust what Amari's going to. Amari has such a great matchup this week, but you can't really. I mean, we watch PJ Walker.
Is Deshaun Watson going to play quarterback this year?
We don't know if he's going to even play. If you just want to keep it, Bryce, we might be wrong on this, but if I was playing it safe, unless I need the upside, I'm going Deontay because you hope for a 9 for 61 game or something like that, or 9 for 81 game, whatever it may be.
Yeah,
because you don't want Amari and PJ.
No, you don't. Do not.
Yeah, so I mean,
I have a feeling the Browns are going to be up a lot heavy on the run game. Who knows? It's the Browns.
I can't remember. They have a great matchup, and I can't remember who they're playing.
You don't remember who the Browns are playing this week?
I got it. Arizona.
It is a fantastic matchup.
So New England, J.C. Jackson back on defense, playing like the old J.C. Jackson. You almost think that it's almost like the Patriots tell a player like, hey, we're going to do this, and then we'll bring you back in a year and a half. But here's what you got to do. You got to throw for a year and a half. But we'll bring you back to this organization. You'll get paid. Like, what the hell? What is this? He's been locked down corner. Hasn't been able to do shit in Chargers. But then again, though, goes back to Brandon Staley.
Here's the thing with Bill Belichick, and this is what's frustrating. He doesn't know what to do with offense. He's terrible as a GM. He doesn't know how to scout. He doesn't know how to draft. He doesn't know how to make free agency moves. What he does know how to do really well is coach a defense, and he knows when to not re-sign players. Because he knows in his defense, Lawrence Taylor was the best defensive player of all time. And every year, besides 3 years, we've had a top 15 defense. He knows, hey, it's my scheme. The reason why you're good, for the most part, is my scheme. 100%. I'm going to put you in the position to be the best you can, and I'm not going to ask you to do anything outside of that. And then you have teams who are like, all right, I'm going to take him as a number one corner. And that's happened 3 times. We're going to let our number one corner go, and then
it's happened the most with corners.
Yes. And then they're going to go to other teams, and they're not going to be as good. It's because you're
Gilmore's a perfect example of it too, right?
Yeah. They expect that they're getting Darrelle Revis, and they're not realizing that they're all Richard Shermans.
I think even that's wrong. No?
Sherman he plays one side of the field. He's a one-trick pony.
Okay.
He is. And it's like
but J.C. Jackson wasn't Sherman and Charger. Like he was benched.
He was terrible. That was kind of like, the Patriots have like had Asante Samuel and like these guys who weren't as good when they left, but they were still pretty good. Like J.C. Jackson was actually like terrible.
And Gilmore, we haven't seen much from Gilmore until this year. He's been, I feel like, his best year since being gone. But
yeah. But and that's what's hard, man. Is like corners. It's the same thing with receivers. Like you don't know they're going to be good on another team.
That's what he tries to do with receivers, but he also can't do it.
No, he's a terrible GM. Terrible GM and doesn't know what to do on offense. So,
some wide receiver duds I had. You're going to agree with both of these without a doubt. Rams wide receivers with no Stafford.
Correct.
I don't want to play either of them with no Stafford. It's just a huge risk that I would like to avoid.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison with question mark at QB. How can you start a rookie wide receiver with Jaron Hall? Maybe Josh Dobbs gets some run.
I'd probably start Addison.
Really?
Yeah.
You trust O'Connell that much? That's got to be what it is.
I just think there's going to be enough targets.
Oof.
Yeah. I just think
I actually have big faith in Jaron Hall. I don't more in fantasy than throwing the ball though right now.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Addison's a tough start this week.
It's not ideal, but
start.
If you have 2 flex positions, put them in your second flex.
You don't even like saying that. I could tell. I could see your body language.
There's not a ton of better options that you're going to put Addison if you're in the position you're at. It's not like you know what I'm saying.
If I said T. Higgins or Addison, who are you taking?
You're playing T. Higgins.
Thank God.
You're playing T. Higgins. Where you drafted him, you're playing. Let's be honest. Majority of people were still playing T. Higgins every week.
Yep, we sure are. I benched him 2 weeks ago. Felt good. 3 weeks ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're still more than likely starting T. Higgins. With Addison, it's like I don't know, dude. I think that there's just nobody really there. Like KJ is hurt. He's questionable. Like that's it. It's just Addison and Hawk.
Some tight end. Let's go to tight ends. We got some studs. You said Logan Thomas versus New England. New England suck against the tight ends or what?
Logan Thomas has just been getting looks, and in the red zone he does.
He's one of the most interesting.
When he's healthy, he's good, dude. He's just always hurt.
It's just interesting in general. Dude was a quarterback, switched to wide receiver, switched to tight end, and tight end is where he's had the most success.
Yeah, he's like 6'6", 250.
Dude's had a pretty solid year, though. He's tight end 10 on the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're in a position like me.
He's in waivers everywhere.
Everywhere.
Usually.
If you're me and you have Darren Waller, and in some leagues, I had Darren Waller in 3 leagues, and in one league, it's like I had an okay, I guess, tight end, but it's like that's my replacement is Logan Thomas. It's what's available. It's the best person available. Or you can get somebody like Musgrave, but no, thank you.
Musgrave versus the Rams is one that I added in here. Rams have been horrific against the tight end. Now, Jordan Love is starting to get on the hot seat, even though both Alex and I don't necessarily view it as a Jordan Love thing. This offense is running without a wide receiver currently. He's throwing all over the place. Some a little inaccurate. Hopefully he gets it together with Musgrave this week. I like Musgrave just because of the tight end. You go against the Rams, you want to start the tight end against the Rams.
Yeah.
Dud for me. I don't know if you're going to agree with this because there's like 3 teams that you always tend to love, and I don't really get it. You love your New England. You love your Raiders because half of the team is from New England. And then you always love your Cardinals.
What do you mean I always whoa.
You like a lot of players on the Cardinals.
I've always looked at like James Conner as solid when he plays, which he is. When he's healthy, he's good. And Kyler Murray, I don't know why everybody's down on him. Kyler's good, but that's it. It's not like I have a bunch of Cardinals players. I don't have receivers. Michael Wilson. I'm high on Michael Wilson, I guess.
Keep going.
Michael Wilson. And then, the Raiders because of Devontae.
And I kind of like Rondale Moore.
I had hopes for Rondale Moore, but that's gone. I'm dropping him in every league.
Trey McBride is somebody if possible, which in a lot of leagues isn't. I would like to bench
No,
him.
he's rostered in every league, I feel like now.
I would like to bench him. He's on my tight end duds. Cleveland has been unstoppable against the tight end. Joke is the real deal.
Yeah.
All right, last piece. I'm going to run through my DFS lineup. Tell me what you think, Alex. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do.
Look at your poopy.
1 second. I lost the controls.
Why?
Here we go. What's going on over there, Alex?
I don't know. Jenny's probably playing. She went to the Halloween store after work with some friends and they were like, "Hey, we'll get you something for your birthday from the Halloween store." I'm like, "You do know that shit ended. It's done. It's over."
Candy?
No, not candy. Like Halloween. Jenny's obsessed with Halloween, so.
I have just now noticed that this says week 1. I didn't even notice that it said week up there. Jeez. I have in my DFS lineup, I wanted to focus on this Tampa Bay Carolina game. I think there's a lot of pieces in here. This is the first time I'm triple stacking. So I got CJ Stroud, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins. Tampa Bay has been kind of susceptible to the pass. The quarterbacks have done well. And I think I got Alex to commit that this could be a kind of higher scoring game.
Yeah, I think it definitely both their defense.
Got to go through these guys.
Yeah.
Got to go through these guys.
Surprised you don't have like Godwin in there.
I do need a bring back, so it may switch over. Godwin, I think Olave is the guy that I switch out.
I would switch out Tank Dell.
No, I want to keep Tank Dell in.
All right.
DJ Moore or Olave is probably who I switch out for one of. You like Godwin over Evans this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Dijon Mustard, 6,100 against Minnesota. I've been thinking about this as a questionable one for me as well. This Minnesota rush defense has just been pretty superior this year.
I don't love it. They know they're not going to be able to throw this week. And
they've been pretty good.
And Flores leads the league in blitzing, so I don't like it.
Jonathan Taylor versus at Carolina. I think this should be an easy eat.
That could be a big game.
DJ Moore and Chris Olave are my last two wide receivers here. They face each other. I don't know which one I want to keep, but I might replace them. Keep Olave. You think it's a bounce back for Olave?
What do you mean? He hasn't been like terrible.
He's
just been okay.
He's made some boneheaded moves. I got Dallas Goedert against Dallas. So as much as I want to put AJ Brown in here, not only am I a little bit worried about the matchup, but like when's the wheels going to kind of come off a little bit?
I don't think it does.
Dude's been just on a tear. And then I got the Giants defense at Las Vegas because that whole organization is a mess. Giants defense actually been pretty solid.
Yeah, and they're playing the worst offense that they're going against all season, so it could be nice.
Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, or Gabe Davis, full PPR.
I hate saying it.
It's not Hollywood. Don't say it.
No, I was probably Rashee Rice.
Yes. Rashee Rice from me too, but I thought I was going to be solo on that. Alex, any last thoughts before we get to Thursday night football?
I need King Henry to go off tonight. I think he does. I think he.
Cameron Hayward's back.
No, who cares?
Okay.
They're going to run it right up the middle.
They need to, but they're probably going to be idiots with Will Levis.
And watch D-Hop. I bet D-Hop gets over 12 points PPR this week.
Nah, that's not that big then. I thought you were going to go a little higher.
You were making it seem like 12 was...
T versus D-Hop is our bet. It could be a free bet.
Okay. So, yeah,
right.
I'll take D-Hop over T this week.
T for me. We'll be back Sunday. We'll do our live show. I don't think it's Alex. It's definitely me and somebody else. Don't know who. We'll do live start sits. If you have any questions Sunday morning, come check us out. We start at noon Eastern time. For myself, for Clay Thompson, Alex. We love you guys. Peace. Ballin'. Play the outro. It's not going. I'm not going. It's not going, dude.
Bad. It's slowly coming up now.
Yeah, but it's not in play. It's here. I don't know.